Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. Well, you must be wondering what I'm doing with it's a very familiar cockpit, right? Having been ridden this motorcycle, started my KTM journey on this very same model, the 2014 KTM Duke 390. The raw machine had all the works, crazy power. So yeah man, getting into what are we doing with this bike. Well, we got this bike from one of my very close friend who's not been using it, and it's was just collecting dust at home for the last few years, probably about 2 years maybe. So we are planning to probably build this for the track and use it only for the city and track use. Yes, you heard that right. I do have plans of hitting the racetrack, not for races and championships and participating in races, but just to enjoy track riding, because I know it's a shame I've never done a single lap on a racetrack on a motorcycle. So I think it's high time I do it, man. And what better motorcycle to have than a KTM Duke 390. So the bike is done roughly about 21,000 kilometers, and it needs a little bit of work. So let me head to our workshop, which is LBS. Jagdish, the man who will be behind the entire rebuild of this machine. I wouldn't call it a rebuild, but maybe an overhaul, because the bike is running fine. We will probably reach the garage in the next few minutes, and I shall show you the motorcycle. Let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2015 Duke 390 that you saw earlier in the video. So right now the bike is pretty much stock. There's absolutely no accessories, absolutely nothing. But yeah, we're going to keep it bone stock. The bike is running pretty okay. I would say about 60% it's running fine. But we do need to change a lot of the nuts and bolts. Have been rusted, and the compression of the motorcycle seems to be a little off. So that has to be checked, which means we will be taking down the engine and checking the valves, the head, all the seals. And what also happens is when we are running the motorcycle, there's a little bit of oil burning. So we'll need to check why that's happening. There's a little bit of power loss. I'm pretty sure there's nothing to do majorly with the engine. But yeah, apart from that, tiny bits and pieces of fluid change, fork oil change and all of that. So the bike has run about 25,915 kilometers. Yeah. So it's in pretty good shape. We've got brand new tires. So for the track, it should be a good machine to at least practice and have some fun on the track. So today, hopefully, we'll get this engine down. Faisal, aaj ye engine niche ho jayega? Theek hai. So in this video, what we will cover is we will probably see what the solution is to this build, and let's take it from there. Let's get this thing stripped and let's get back to how it is supposed to be. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so now we've removed the clutch assembly, the crank casing, the covers on either sides. The engine was down in less than 15 minutes. That's the specialist right there. And right now we're just working on the head to see if there's a problem right there, and we will give you an update to see
where exactly the problem is and what seal is broken or what has happened. All the clutch assembly is right here. So this is the older model. We are going to be replacing this with the slipper clutch model. The complete hub, the plates, the friction plates, everything has to be changed. That's the engine being worked on, and this is the bike here without the engine. So far so good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've dismantled all the parts of the motorcycle, and most importantly looking at the engine parts that's right here. There's more behind there. Let me just get back to the most important things. So we have the block here, the head, the valves, the clutch assembly, the gears, and the crankshaft. Now, most importantly, what has happened here is the valves have taken a beating. So there is a little play to and fro. The camera will not show you, but if you see this, there's a little play here, which is not supposed to be the case. And the piston also has a little bit of scoring marks, which is why there was oil being burnt. And because of that, obviously the cylinder walls will take a beating. You can see it very clearly here. The crankshaft also has a play. There has to be zero play here. There's play here as well. And the clutch has also taken a beating. It's burnt out prematurely. And the first and the second gear is also worn out. Now, why these things have happened is because the motorcycle has done only about 20 or 1,000 kilometers. But these can also happen because if you're running the motorcycle on low oil or terrible quality of oil. So this motorcycle looks like it's been running on low oil, which is why we have this problem. But nevertheless, all of this will be set in probably a week's time. Apart from that, these are also the other parts of the engine. The entire disassembly of the engine was done in less than 1 hour. So these things, some of the things don't have to be changed. That's the most important things. Apart from that, you also have your gaskets, your seals, your bushes and all of that. So probably in the next video, we will show you probably about 80% of the rebuild which will be done, because it's primarily the engine that needed a lot of work apart from the cosmetics of the bike. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. It's going to be a fun build, and we will list down the cost of everything that we've spent on this rebuild, let it be in terms of performance or cosmetic as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.